No, it's not incorrect to be precise. However, we do need to avoid the beginning of the sentence with a word like but or and. So everything that you have been told is correct, but and several other words of that category, they are connectors. Also, you have seen it in writing that those writers are not wrong. And if you have seen it in writing and particularly in newspaper or somewhere, newspaper editors are still very good at language. They won't allow such writings if it is not acceptable. So I will tell you why they allow it. What happens is we use with a comma in the middle of the word when we middle of a sentence when we use and but we are trying to introduce something new in the context of the previous sentence. So when you see somebody using but or and in the beginning of the sentence, what they are, or maybe beginning of the entire paragraph, what they are trying to do is they are using this as a connector, which is in the discourse, which has not been spoken or written. So they are connecting it with the discourse, and therefore they are allowing such a thing. So it's not ungrammatical, but in general, in academic writing or in professional writing, we try to avoid beginning a sentence with these terms. Okay. So out of nowhere, if I tell you, but you know what I mean.
Yes.
I have not told you anything, but just said this sentence, which means everything else that we have not discussed or talked about, keep that as the preceding part. Based on that, what I am saying is this.
Okay. So, sir, it is allowed, but not academically.
Yeah, it is not a good practice, but it doesn't make it ungrammatical.
Okay, okay. Yeah, thank you, sir. That was a consistent doubt I was having. Thank you, sir, for clearing it.
Sure. Okay, guys. So hope this discussion is useful to other people as well. But if there are, I see there are more people, many people. So we talked about two things specifically today. One is about little bit more on clause, particularly in terms of clarity, and a little bit about adjuncts and complements. So either about these two topics or about anything else. If you have any questions or you want to know anything more about it, at least let us know so that we can work on it and tell you something more. And I remember I have promised you that we will discuss few topics on our own as well. But today I don't have any topic ready for you. I mean, not in my list today. So which week is this, Lida or Aishwarya?
Week 3.
It's third week, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I am familiar with some of these things in terms of the content of different weeks, so I can talk about some of these things. But it will be nice if you could let me know uh, if you have any.
I have a question from the phone.
We have a question from Karthikeyan, right? Okay. But last but one how but this is it plays in the same sense, Karthikeyan. The but plays the same role in the sense that we are talking about last, but one, meaning we still have one before we reach the last. I'm sure you know the meaning of it. What you want to know is how does but work here? So but is working in the same sense, last, but wait, there is one before.
Okay, thank you, sir.
We refer to that in this collocation or this phrase. When we use such phrases, we just try to make it little more fancy. We don't say second last, because second last is again Indian term, and I don't, when I say Indian term, I don't mean it in any condescending way. By Indian term, all I mean is we use that in India. You see, last cannot be two of them. We can't say second last. So the more accurate phrase for that is last but one.
Here it is not working as a connector.
No. It is in a sense it is working as a connector, but not as not a connector connecting two sentences or introducing a new sentence. It doesn't work in that way. Okay. Do you guys get the noise? Is it bothering you? Because
There is a noise, but it's not bothering me at least.
Okay. If it is fine for you, then I'm okay, because I'm in my office, but there is some construction going on outside, so it's the noise from there. Okay. Good.
Sir, I have a question in the discussion.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, Avib, true. Clause, adjunct, stress, not just for you. These topics require careful attention for everybody. And I can tell you, if it makes you happy, I don't know. Stress part is not yet clear to me also. I don't, when I speak, I can't claim I'm putting stress at the right places. And with whatever we have described for you in the course, and in both the semesters, the actual idea is to make you familiar with these terms, so that you can try to improve, try to reach towards accuracy. The idea is not that everybody will be doing it absolutely right that way, because stress, adjunct and clause, these are grammatical things, but stress is excessively intuitive. And when I say intuitive, it means we can get it right only if we acquire the language natively. Okay, so the next part is, I believe that so it's about what, Aishwarya? This is also about the clause, right? Please explain why it is false. The subordinate clause that this time will end acts here as an object of the verb believe. Hence, in my analysis, it's a noun clause. Okay, I believe that these times will end contains a noun clause in adposition. Okay, true or false? Answer is false. Wait, I believe that these times will end contains a noun clause in adposition. Which is true or false? So you are saying this is false. That is, this doesn't. That means this does not contain a noun clause. How it is not a noun clause? That I believe that these. I believe. Aishwarya, where was this question?
So activity question, sir. Week 2.
Actually, the doubt, I don't know who posted it, but the doubt is correct. This should be a noun clause.
Okay, sir.
Okay, please correct this thing. This should be a noun clause, because you see, the explanation is perfectly fine, because here that these times will end is like a noun clause, because this whole clause is the object of the verb believe. And a verb like believe can take a sentential object or a simple object. In either case, it's a noun clause, because we can say I believe you. That's a noun. I mean, it's a pronoun, but I believe John. That's a noun. So in that place, whatever comes, if a clause comes, it's like a noun clause, and that's the definition of a noun clause. So yes, this has to be true, and it is a noun clause.
Sure, sir.
So here the subject is times. These times.
Subject is what?
The object is these times, right? I believe these times.
No. See, there are two objects here. no. Let me tell you more about this sentence. We are talking about, when we say object, we are talking about object of the verb believe. The main clause has the verb believe, and believe has an object, which is the whole sentence that these times will end.
Okay.
This whole
Right.
clause is the object of
Object.
come in. Whole come in. Whole clause is the uh, object of the verb believe. Got it? Not these times. I mean, not these times alone, not just as part of that, but the whole thing is that these times will end is the.
Sir, can I ask something?
Of course, you can ask something.
Sir,
But hold on. Vivek, is that clear?
Yes, sir. Clear. Absolutely.
Okay, go ahead. Who was
Thank you.
speaking? Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
I didn't understand adjuncts. Can you please explain in a short term that what is that?
Please say it again. I did not hear you.
Can you please explain what is adjuncts?
Adjunct. Okay. Have you joined just now? We have been talking about this thing. So basically, adjuncts in this case that we are discussing, these are the prepositional, most of the prepositional phrases will be considered as adjuncts, and these are the phrases that represent additional information in the sentence. And the main distinction between an adjunct and a complement is you can have multiple adjuncts in a phrase or a sentence, but you can only have one complement in a sentence or a phrase.
One question of graded assignment 2, question number 7.
What is that? Graded assignment.
How many clauses are there in total? It is question.
Okay.
So
So
I think answer should be 4, but the answer is 3.
no, the answer is only 3, Swati.
So
What makes you think that there has to be 4? Can you tell me how you count 4?
So the Garba celebration, the Garba celebration which were held for a week, that is 1. Were astronomically grand for a minuscule village, 2. Which was located in the hinterlands of state, 3. Is it the correct method?
No.
So then can you explain?
You are right. Now you are counting only 3, but that is not the correct method, and I will tell you why. The correct, see, when we are looking at a clause, we need to first identify the main clause. And the main clause in this sentence is the Garba celebrations were astonishingly grand for a minuscule village. That is the sentence. So that is one clause. And then the relative clause, which were held for a week until comma, is one clause. So that is 2. And third is which was located in the hinterland of the state. That is the third one. And the 2 subordinate clauses, which are relative clauses in nature, both of them are modifying nouns of the main clause. Like first relative clause is modifying Garba celebrations, and the second relative clause is modifying the village, the minuscule village. That is the way to count these things. And more than looking at the ways to count, we need to look at, we need to understand how we determine the main clause and how we are looking at subordinate clauses. Once we know how part, how many becomes easier.
Got it. So can I ask one question that is not related to the English to subject? It is about marks.
It's about
marks, graded assignment marks.
Okay.
So Sir, in the graded assignment 1, question number 7, in the right hand side, it is written that 0 point. So it is not considered for grading. So if it is not considered for grading, then my marks should be increased, but my marks is not increased. So can you please explain how I can?
Did you understand, Aishwarya?
Sir, she's asking about we have re-evaluated one particular question. So they are graded out instead of for 10 questions, they are graded for 9 questions. The mark is out of 9. Even I am not clear about how the grading is done, sir. It would be great if she can drop a mail to the support team.
Ma'am, I had dropped a mail to support team also and discussion forum also, but not it was. They told that you need to write again to support team.
Okay.
Aishwarya, can you look
Yeah.
at what's saying, Swati? Okay.
Swati, can you please ping your mail ID in the chat box so that I'll write back to you after getting a clarification from the team.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay. Please let her know. They will let you know, Swati, about the grades. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. This doesn't have to be that order, Avipsa. But yes, phrase is a smaller, clause is bigger than a phrase, and a sentence can be bigger than a clause. Yes, that is fine in that sense. So the other thing is, somebody, Prabhakar, can you unmute yourself?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So which part is not yet clear? I think we have devoted the whole hour to only adjuncts and clauses. So I want
Sir,
to know from you, what else can I say about it?
sir, I joined yet. That's why I missed the earlier part.
Okay. So if there is something quick about it, let me know, or you can look at this discussion. Definitely. So I'm not saying I don't want to do it, but I have just done it for 40 minutes. The same thing.
Okay, okay. Thank you, sir.
So please
I
look
will
at the
watch
that
on YouTube.
recorded discussion, because if I say same thing over again, it might be little tough for people to go through that. I hope you understand.
Thank you, sir.
We have done. In fact, and I am happy that 2-3 people like Avipsa and Afnan and others have asked questions related to the things that are relevant to many people. Okay, and if it is still looking at that descriptions and things, if this is not still clear, please do let us know. Okay, Prabhakar? Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Anybody else? Vidya, Rubina, Sharbana? No? Nishanur? Nobody else has any question? Anything else? Okay, so on that point, what we would do is we would conclude it for today, and then do send us these questions, and hope you are. Lida, are you around? Lida?
Yes, sir.
Are there more questions in the, what is that called? Discourse?
Discourse forum. No, sir. Please
Nothing.
Huh.
Yeah, so please use all the mediums and send us questions immediately, or we will see you next Friday at the same time, guys.
Sir, sir,
Yes, go ahead.
sir, can I ask a question from week 2 graded assignment?
Oh, yeah. If it is graded already, if it is done, then you can definitely ask. No problem.
Yes, sir. Sir, it is 6th question of graded assignment. It is said documentaries about animals which highlight their rapidly changing habitats are of utmost importance in order to be able to prevent environmental destruction. This sentence has four clauses. Sir, I had chosen false option and it is giving answer true. Sir, can you
Okay,
please
can
emphasize
you
on this?
copy and post? Can you copy and paste that sentence in the chat box?
Sir, it's there already in the chat.
Sir, I have posted.
Oh, it's already there.
Ah.
Where is that? Oh, okay. So documentaries about animals which highlight their rapidly changing habitats, are are of the utmost importance in order to be able to prevent environmental destruction. Documentary. This sentence has four clauses. True or false? Documentaries about animals with documentary about animals which highlight documentaries about animals are of the utmost importance in order to be able to prevent environmental destruction. So as far as I can read, Prabhakar was asking this question, right? I see there are only two clauses in this sentence. Right, leader? There are two clauses in this
Yes, sir.
sentence.
Two.
So which is, in that case it will be false answer.
Is it
So
true?
how
Sir,
are you counting four? Can you tell me?
sir, sir, will we not consider the whole part?
So the first, the main clause is, well, this is how we need to look at it. The main, so there are only two. When we say two, one is the relative clause in that, which is dependent clause, and the other is the main clause. The main clause is, let me read it for you. The main clause is documentaries about animals are of utmost importance in order to be able to prevent any environmental destruction. This whole thing is one clause.
Yes, sir.
Which highlight their rapidly changing habitats. This is the relative clause. So these are the only two clauses in this.
Okay, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Because in order to be able to prevent, these are not independent, not separate clauses. These are phrases and they are all part of the main clause. Okay, Prabhakar?
Got it, sir. Got it.
Okay. Somebody wanted to speak in between? Somebody was saying something?
Sir, it was. Sir,
Yeah, Aishwarya, go ahead.
Sir, even I thought it was three clauses, sir. So I had it.
You thought it is three.
Yes, sir.
Which one do you think is the third one?
In order to be able to prevent environmental destruction.
No. In order to be able to prevent environmental destruction. No? Okay, if you think that way, let me look at it. But in any case, the answer to that question is false. Okay. So let's not confuse that. But since you are saying it is third clause in order to be able to prevent, no, that won't be a clause, independent clause, Aishwarya. I mean, that's not even a subordinate clause. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. I'll explain this to you later. Why this? No, not later. Why later? There is nothing secret in that. There is no. This doesn't have any finiteness to make it a clause, or this is not even a non-finite sentence, non-finite clause. So, in order to be able to prevent environmental destruction, is not a clause in this sentence. Since you are raising this question, I will check that one more time and then talk about it. Okay.
Sure, sir.
All right. Okay. Can we stop with that now?
Sir, one last question, sir.
Sure.
Sir, Aishwarya ma'am wrote that the clause 3, in order to be able to prevent environmental destruction, that is actually a phrase, sir.
Phrase, correct. In order to is a preposition, and that's what I am
Preposition,
also thinking. It's a
okay, okay.
phrase.
It's a phrase.
Correct.
Okay, okay.
You are right. You're right. I am thinking about it in the same way. But since Aishwarya is raising it, I'm not confident about it, but I'll check it to double check it again.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Sure. Okay, good guys, good seeing you. I enjoyed this thing. We'll see you again next week around the same time. Sri Balaji, let us close it. Somebody there, Sri Balaji or Ravichandran?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Let us stop streaming and we close it.
Okay.